Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. This time of the Mythic Legions 2.0 Skeleton Warriors. It's pretty cool. Gotta say, I had two already. Reached out to my boy Toy Fiend, Empire Toy Shop. Got me four more, and now I have six. So I'm very happy about it. I think that's a nice round number of army builders. And I've always thought the Mythic Legion stuff was really cool. Tons of it is army building. I always usually miss out. This time I was late to the party, but I want to talk about these guys because they're really cool. They're really, really cool. And the thing about the Legion stuff is that it's sturdy. It kind of just fits in with everything, but it's also its own world, and they have their own little backstories. But Skeleton Warriors are just really cool dead people who've come back and want to murder everything in sight. And I think that's okay when you want to do really cool stories. You keep it plain and simple, and don't mind me. But anyway, I really enjoy the fact that these guys actually came out really nice and different, and it's the approach on these was really different because there's a 1.01 which I'll get into later in the video, but these ones actually give you male and female bodies. And the thing about that is I thought, you know it's really cool because when you think about stuff like that, yeah, you want to see some female warriors. It sucks that you only see them in skeletal form, but it's dope because they gave you the torso to kind of mix and match and give you different possibilities. And I'll get into all of that right now, actually. Now, first thing I want to talk about is the articulation from the Mythic Legion stuff. It's actually pretty nice. So we have the skull armored head, which can go up. It looks pretty decent going up size-wise. You can go down. You can tilt left and right. And this is about as far down as you can get as well. But it mostly looks like they're looking straight. You can tilt a little bit as well as go 360 degrees around. As far as the arms go, you can get basic articulation going straight across. And this slides up just enough so that way you can slide the armor over the shoulder blades, which is pretty nice. The arms are single jointed, but there is a joint at the gauntlet that allows you a little bit of extra wiggle room. So with the single joint is, now here's the other thing I wanted to talk about. The thing about my skeletons, man, their joints are so tight. Even after heating them up, as you can see here, I have to be very careful even moving them. There's a lot of paint chipping as well. But I don't think that's a serious problem. I think the real issue stems from the fact that the joints are a little too tight. That's one thing they suffer from. Now, then you have the hands on the peg, which can go left and right like a standard Figma peg joint. So I'm going to rotate this back out. Voila. Put this arm back down. Arm can swivel all the way around with no issue whatsoever. As far as the upper torso articulation goes, you can go left, you can go right. And because of the skeleton, twisting all around actually is not an issue for it. It doesn't leave its body out for that. You can tuck forward just a little bit on the female upper torso, as you can see here, and you can swivel side to side. The legs can go pretty much far out as you would want them to, and then go right back down and bend. Again, on the single joint, so you can only get about this far with them, which kind of is a little bit of a bummer, especially because the skeletons, you wish they can get just a little bit far, but the armor on the backhand side is going to block the way a little bit. Then you have your crazy ankle pivot, much like a Marvel Legend. It rotates all the way down, and you can go forward and or backwards. So it's up to you. Now, posing these guys up shouldn't be too much of an issue. They can still pose up pretty well. They're skeletal warriors. So if you want to use them as visual pieces to tell a story in it, or just like attacking one of your main focal point characters, this should be an issue because these guys actually do a pretty good job of looking good for the camera. As you can see here, even right here, I got her posed up. She balances out pretty well. Looks really nice. Now, one of the things I want to talk about, I'm going to swap it over to this guy real fast, is that as you can see, the torsos are slightly different. On the male torso, we have a reuse of the Elf Legion's body and Vampire Legion body, whereas the female one is a reuse of the Templar Knight. No, not the Templar Knight. The Iron Builder. I can't remember the name right now. It just escapes me. But it's really cool. Now, I'm going to leave her posed up. And I'm actually going to show you guys what's different. Not on the torso. Let's get you nice and posed up. Want to make sure you look cool, because you deserve that. Now, not what's different on the torso, but I do want to talk about the different combinations you can achieve. Now, you can actually take the horns off, in case you didn't notice. You can actually add a hair-like attachment to the back, which is pretty cool. You can add one horn, you can leave two out, whatever it is you want to do. And you can actually take this out and replace it with a sharp edge. Oh, I actually lost that. Wow. I'll get back to that. I'll show you in the photos. You actually get 2 back attachments. So for those of you who are looking for the skeletal wings or adding extra things to it, like weapon storage is easy for the backhand side, and the adapter for the wings, which plugs right into the back, right? You also get an extra attachment for if you want to add a sword over the shoulders. Just pop the head right off, go around the arm, and now you have that extra attachment here. Works for both the male and female with no problem. Then you also have 2 shoulder attachments. So that way, if you wanted to add a little bit of spice to your warriors, you can add some shoulder attachments here. As you can see, I have one on, or you can add both. Even with the over attachment over the shoulder. Oh, sorry, I have to go over. There we go. And I just place this right through on the backhand side. And now you have a more armored skeletal warrior. And then you also get an extra head for these guys. So like I said, you can actually get a ton of combinations from these, which is actually pretty dope because you never know the kind of things you would want to do. So as you can see, I've now technically got a brand new skeletal warrior while still having one right here. And as you can see, you can mix and match. Didn't even get to the weapons yet, which is also pretty cool. So we're going to jump into that right now. Now, let's say you like what you have. You can still shield them up so you get a nice, I'm going to call it a bronze shield. You can place it in the hand. You can armor yourself up. You can also attach a sword. And now you have your armored warrior ready to go out and defend whatever realm he's defending. In this case, it may be Hela. And they also come with a nice and trusty spear. I'm going to arm you with a spear. So that way we can pretty much tell you guys apart from Jan and Alice. I'm going to give you some really weird fake names. Don't judge me. So as you see, they can hold weapons just fine too. And it's crazy because I think skeletal warriors kind of fit into the Norse mythology stuff. You can have them fighting Hulk. You can have them pop up with Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. You can have them fighting Gomez. You can have them fighting Kamen Rider, even the Power Rangers. The really cool thing about skeletons is it's kind of a universal bad guy. You know, the guy with necromancer powers summons skeletons. Why not wear armor and paint them up and do other cool stuff? The imagination is what's going to let you go wild with this, and that's actually what's pretty cool about all this. It's one of those things I enjoy the most about playing with these figures. So army building them was an easy choice for me. I really hope we kind of get more of these. We've gotten like stuff like Brother Mandibus and a few others that I've missed out on previously. So I'm hoping we get more with these 2.0 bodies. I like that they're a bit smaller and a little bit sleeker. So I'm going to put you back there. We're actually going to mess with you for a bit because I want to show what you look like next to your 1.0 counterpart. And as you can see here, the difference is definitely size and proportions. This guy is definitely a thinner mold and a thinner body. These guys pack, I'm going to say more milk bones because these guys definitely got more bones on them, right? Kind of things you can think of. The skull is actually much larger as well, too. So these are the kind of things you pretty much got to like think about what you want to do. So next thing I'm going to do is let's take this sword out of his hand. I don't want him knocking people down in the size comparison. One thing I'm going to talk about is size comparisons and what these guys are like next to other Mythic Legion stuff. So here is a Dwarf Legion builder. Here he is next to a Red Orc. And, oh, wait, let me take it out. I didn't take it out of his bag, so I'm sorry. And then I have I'm not sure if it's an Iron or a Steel Knight. I honestly can't remember. I know that I really like these, and I only ended up getting 2, which kind of sucks. I should have gotten more. So here we are, next to a Knight. So as you can see here, I want to make these guys line up a little bit better. These guys actually do a great job of making this stuff different sizes so you can enjoy them pretty much in all shapes and forms, and I really like that. So Mythic Legions has done a great job of doing that. Now, we're going to talk about other stuff that I think matches well with these guys, and this may make some of you happy, so let's go through it. Let's put you guys away real fast. Here they are. next to a Mezco. Oop, knocked down my light. Here we are next to a Mezco Thor. And I think these guys fit beautifully in with the Mezco stuff. I know I've said it a million times. Here they are with Hela, who can probably be the one to summon them, which I think fits in really well. These ones are definitely a good size for her, right? Next up, an SH Figuarts Hulk. And this one is the Ragnarok one. I chose him because I figured if anybody's going to fight skeletons, going to be him. And just in case you wanted to ask, I also threw in the SH Figuarts one. And like I said, these skeletons actually work pretty well across the board with these guys, and I really like that. So let's put you guys away for a second. Voila, voila, voila. Let's talk about some other stuff. This one might surprise some people. I chose Ares, the God of War from Marvel Legends. I don't have NECA Kratos anymore. I really wish I had kept him, but he got damaged, and I just didn't bother getting another one, so I apologize for that. So you're going to have to use someone else's review to compare, and I'm sorry in advance. Here we are with Thor. Jane Foster's version of Thor. This is the Marvel Legend. I think she fits in pretty well because she was bigger, but Jane Foster's also a smaller woman, so I don't think it made her like 7 feet tall. I know it did make her bigger, though. For those of you wondering, it's your homie Beta Ray Bill here, which I absolutely adore. He's a Carbonite, so he should definitely be bigger than the skeletons. So I think it works out pretty well. So here we are with some other bigger figures so you can see what's going on. Now let's put you guys away. Move on to the next batch. Here we are with an SH Figuarts Infinity War Thor. Should you want to show off you a Thor with this Thor and compare Thor. It's Thorsome, right? I'm trying to get this guy to stand. His cape is just too heavy for him. Here he is with a Marvel Legends comic one, the Unworthy Thor. Next up, Marvel Legends Hercules. And there's, like I said, there's all these characters that kind of fit in with fighting these, and I think it just works out pretty well across the board for this. Now we're going to mix and match it with some other characters to see how they kind of fare out next to it. So here we are with Gomez from Mezco Toys. Got some cotton next to him. Here we are with Batman, because on his Justice League Adventures, you'll never know what you kind of come across. Here's an Articulated Icons Red Ninja. Here is Scorpion from Storm Collectibles. And here, we're going to do a Lightning Collection Green Ranger. An SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Agito. And then we'll do, in case you guys want to rip somebody's spine out and use this guy as fodder, here's a NECA Predator, the Gotham Hunter to be exact. Oh, actually, I got one more for you. For those of you wondering, here is 1000 Toy Synthetic Human. In case you want to get AI versus classic stuff. Voila. These skulls have been great. These skeletons, I think they're really dope. They're unique. And I think that Mythic Legions and Four Horsemen definitely have a unique, great baby head that I kind of just can't find words for. It's one of those things that kind of speaks to me on the level of just the level of imagination and the work put into it has been a great, great deal. And it definitely shows in these figures. I definitely want to dive deeper should I get the chance. I'm actually backed one of the newer ones, so I'm hoping those come in soon. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found it informative. Hope you enjoyed the photos at the end. And as always, guys, do good, be good, drink your water. Later.